to the channel. Today I am down at Lamborghini Charlotte, and behind me is a 2019 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Huge shout out to them for providing this vehicle for me today. I will have all of their contact information down in the description below. This model here is finished off a narrow Aldebaran and has an MSRP right around $565,000. Under the hood is a mid-mounted, naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12 engine. This is only paired to the 7-speed ISR single clutch transmission with column mounted paddle shifters. This engine produces 770 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive. It has a dry weight around 3,300 pounds and a curb weight closer to 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, 0 to 125 in 8.8 seconds. It has a top speed of 217 miles an hour. And as far as fuel economy goes, it gets around 9 miles per gallon in the city and 15 on the highway. The wheelbase measures 106.3 inches. It has an overall length of 194 inches. The width is 82.6 and it has a height of 44.7 inches. Starting up front, this vehicle has a very low and wide appearance, giving it a very aggressive front end. This has LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. You can also see there's a Y pattern shape inside the headlight itself. On each side of the Lamborghini logo, there's cutouts to provide even more aerodynamics for this vehicle. At the bottom section of the bumper, you'll see ALA. This is Lamborghini's aero vectoring system. Basically, this is an active aerodynamic system around the vehicle. On the lower section of the bumper, there's 2 flaps that will automatically deploy at speed. Right above that is a carbon fiber piece running the entire length of the bumper. It has great contours on it and really gives it a nice look. To each end of the lower section of the bumper, there's even more cutouts again to provide even more aerodynamics. And the lower section of this bumper protrudes nicely away from the vehicle, adding to its aggressiveness. And then as we make our way up to the top, there are very clean lines running throughout it. Moving to the side, this features 20 by 9 inch wheels up front and 21 by 13 inch wheels in the rear. They have a nice 7 double spoke design to them with a bronze finish, wrapped in a Pirelli P0 summer tire. The front rotors measure 400 millimeters with 6 piston calipers and 380 millimeters in the rear with 4 piston calipers. The side mirrors are completely finished off in carbon fiber. They are power folding as well. Down below, underneath the SVJ logo, you can see the side skirt has a nice active aero portion to it just behind the front tires. Right behind the doors is a massive air inlet right to the radiators to provide maximum cooling to them. Up above that, you have the hexagonal shaped gas cap and then even more carbon fiber with another air inlet directly to the engine, again to provide even more cooling. And finishing up in the rear with the massive carbon fiber wing, this has the ALA technology. You'll see the third brake light right in the center above the Lamborghini logo. Just beneath that is the backup camera, along with 4 parking sensors and the lower carbon fiber diffuser. It's absolutely massive and covers the entire rear end. This comes with LED taillights, and just below each of those are more cutouts to provide heat extraction from the engine. And right in the center is the dual exhaust. So that is going to finish up with the exterior walk around on the 2019 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. This is the first time that I have checked out this vehicle in person and been up close and personal with it. Comment down below, what do you think of the SVJ? This is a monster of a vehicle. I love the black with the bronze wheels, massive front brakes, and all of the carbon fiber. It just has an aggressive look to it. It is such a low and wide vehicle. The headlights are not even as high as my knees. It is so low in the front end. But now with the key, we'll go ahead and check out the interior. And what I'm gonna do is just place my hand up underneath the door. There's an electronic button that we have to pull on. And once we do that, the door can go ahead and open up. On the back side of the door panel, you'll see 2 buttons here. If you need to tow this vehicle, this will deactivate the alarm for that. The rest of the door panel is finished off in carbon fiber. It has a really nice look to it. You have your lock and unlock with your power folding side mirror adjustments. They are heated as well. This is the red strap grab handle that you use in order to shut the door, and you have 1 speaker as well. Down below on the door sill, you'll see Aventador spelled out. This is the release in order to open the door from the inside. You'll see there's Alcantara with red stitching, has a really nice look to it. And then making our way to the seats, they have a really nice bolstering support design to them. Of course, more Y logos run in the center of them. There's carbon fiber down below. You have your adjustments for lumbar support along with recline and moving the seat forwards and backwards. Red seat belts as well give it a really nice touch. You can see the cutout just underneath the Lamborghini logo. They have a really nice design to them. So now making our way inside the vehicle, it's not very hard to get in. And then up top, we just grab on this strap here. We can easily close the door. When you go to open it, you have to push the top section of this button in order to get the release underneath it. And then if you just push the door with your elbow, it'll easily open right up. Once inside, we're greeted with a fully wrapped leather and Alcantara steering wheel. It has more red stitching running along the inside, along with a red stripe right in the middle. You have your volume on one side along with Bluetooth, and then a mode and scrolling button on the left side. Flat bottom designed to it with some more black. It feels super comfortable, very small at the same time as well. And then these are the column mounted paddle shifters. They are quite large and feel very nice as well. Looking at the digital gauge screen now, you can see the vehicle is currently in Strata mode. That is the default when the vehicle starts up. You have the tach running across the entire top. On the bottom left, you can see the G-force meter. You have the ALA system right in the center, and then your miles per hour on the far right. The screen to the right of that, you can see your miles till empty along with tire pressure. And then the screen on the left is controlled with the mode button on the left side of the steering wheel. So right now it's on the phone. If I just click on mode, we can go to radio. You can look at your oil and engine temperature. And you can use this dial as well to scroll through the radio. And then again, you have volume on the right side. So this vehicle has 3 other driving settings along with Strata. You can go over to sport mode, it'll change to yellow. Corsa will make it red. Then we can also go to an Ego mode. To the left of the steering wheel, you have all of your toggle switches for the headlights, being able to turn them on and off along with the auto setting as well. You have more leather with 1 air vent. Taking a look above the gauge cluster here, you have full carbon fiber around it along with Alcantara and stitching, and that runs the entire dash. There's 2 air vents below that, and now we'll take a look at the center screen. To use this center screen, you have all of the controls right in the center here. There's a rotary dial in the middle. You can see navigation and info on the left, along with car and setup. You have your radio, media, and phone on the right side, along with a return button in the middle. And then depending on which setting you're in here, you can use these buttons as well. And now we'll go into navigation, and you can see that pulled up. You have memory, navigation info, there's map, and another setting on the far right side. So if I just push on this button here, it will correspond with map on the lower right, and that will obviously bring up the map, so you can easily view that. We can go down and view information, so any notes or anything that will pop up. We can go into car. You can control your powertrain, your steering, and your suspension. Just going into any one of those, you have Strata, Sport, and Corsa. If we hit the return key, we can go back. There are a few other things you can go into with your windshield wipers, your instrument cluster, and your exterior lighting. So it's a very easy system to use. All of these buttons are very easy and laid out well. Just above that is the engine start-stop button, so we might as well do that. You just flip this up, put your foot on the brake, and we can go ahead and start it up. Right above that, we have the power and volume for the radio, the different driving modes, which you saw earlier. You can just click on these buttons to go left or right, depending on the mode that you'd like. Right above that, you have all of the AC controls, so just twisting on the one in the middle, that controls the temperature. And then of course you have the fan speed, you can shut it off in your auto. You have heated seats for driver and passenger as well. And then above that, you have even more toggle switches. You have the window controls on the far side. You can turn on and off the engine start-stop feature. You have the front lift system, the traction control, and hazards right in the middle. You can also see carbon fiber running around all of these buttons. It gives the center console a really nice look. As we make our way down to the bottom, you'll see the electronic parking brake. You also have reverse and the manual mode. So right now the vehicle is in park. If I go ahead and pull on the right paddle, you'll see that'll put us into first gear. You can also use the M button here to switch from regular driving mode to manual mode. And then if we go ahead and push on R, you'll see the backup camera light up right in the center gauge cluster here. The lines do move with the steering wheel as well, which is very helpful in a mid-engine vehicle like this. If we take a look at the rear-facing visibility, it's actually not bad. You could see traffic behind you with the little glass right in the middle there, but you do have a lot going on, so backing up, especially in a parking spot like this, very helpful to have the backup camera. Behind that, we have a 12 volt. There is a net for some more storage space. There's also a net behind the passenger seat. So you do have a little partial shelf in the back, which is nice to see. Taking a look at these seats again, they have that Y pattern to them. You can even see that extended down to the floor mats. Lamborghini is up on the dash with more leather. Just a very premium feeling interior. The back of the seats are finished off in carbon fiber, gives it a really nice look. Even though you're not going to be seeing them that often, just the attention to detail on all of the materials is very nice. You can see it extends to the headliner as well, and even back around the rear window there, you have the dome light switches and garage door buttons up top. And then as we make our way to the passenger side, there's a little storage shelf right here for a phone or something thin like that. And you also get a USB port and another port in front of that. And last up, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the front storage space. I'm just gonna pull on this handle just like you would in a normal vehicle for the hood. And if we walk around here, there is a handle just up underneath the center there that we need to pull, and that will reveal all of the storage space that you have up front. You can see there is a middle divider here along with a storage net in the back. For US regulations, this is installed, so it kind of splits your storage between front and back. As you can see, there's some things on each side. There's a 12 volt on one side, and that is about it up front. So that is the storage space that you get up front. It's nice to have that additional room along with the partial shelf behind the seats. While I won't be getting the SVJ out on the road now, I wanted to talk about what it's like to be in the driver's seat here. I really like the design of everything that I'm looking at right now. The steering wheel to me feels very small. I like how compact it is. You have good hand grips on both sides, and then the paddles are right there, easily accessible. Not too many buttons on the steering wheel, so it makes it very easy to use all of the settings that are available. And then just touching base on the visibility overall, I like how there's a little window in front of both side mirrors. Gives you even more visibility, obviously, to see around you. You can't really see the entire front from the driver's seat, but I do like the fact that you have this amount of visibility out of the front. And over on the driver's side, you can see there's a plaque there. It says 1 of 900, which is very cool to see. And then just looking at the rest of the visibility again, you have a little window behind both seats there, and then obviously taking a look out of the back again. It's what you would expect for a mid-engine vehicle. You have a lot going on back there with the massive wing, and then I do like you have that little window right in the middle just to give you a little bit more visibility. And one thing that I did forget to mention is there is a CD player. It's on the driver's side here, so if you need to use that, you have access to it. But other than that, being on the inside of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, this is a sweet vehicle. I wish I could get it out on the road. Everything about this just screams Lamborghini. I love the quality of the interior. Everything is top notch. You have carbon fiber, the grab handles, which are even covered in leather. And then all of the controls in the center are very easy to use. So everything is simple. Well, that is gonna wrap up taking a look at the 2019 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Once again, huge shout out to Lamborghini Charlotte for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely take a look at their website. I will have that down in the description below. My overall thoughts, this is an awesome Lamborghini to check out. First time looking at the SVJ. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. We'll see you in tomorrow's video.